All right, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions playthrough. I don't know if I'm making a mistake with this one, but we're gonna we're gonna try it out anyway. So we're gonna be doing Ant-Man leadership against Collector 1. So let's just hop into it here. We'll go over the Ant-Man stuff here. So we've got Scott Lang. He's 3 recovery, 612 for hand size and hit points, and then time to unwind response after you change this form. Heal 1 damage from Scott Lang. Scott Lang is one of the 3 characters in the game that has 3 forms. So he's got a foldable card. So his tiny form here is 212. Response after you change this form, remove a threat from a scheme. And then we've got giant form here, which is going to be 133. After you change to this form, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So we've got that. We've got Collector here. So this is Infiltrate the Museum. He's a 2/1 Force Interrupt. When a player would, when a card, player or encounter card, would be placed into the discard pile from play, put it in the collector's collection, put it face up in the collection instead, and I'll show you what the collection is here in a moment. We've got the Grand Collection. We are using the, so we're using Museum, we're using Infiltrate Museum, obviously, Galactic Artifacts, Standard 1, and we're using Menagerie Medley, sorry. Setup is create the collection game area, put the top card of each player's deck face up to the collection, so we're going to map the collection off to the right. So it's going to be an area that he's collecting stuff, which for a leadership deck that's stacked full of allies is not the greatest situation. But as a hero action, we can choose to exhaust our hero or spend 2 resources to discard 1 card from the collection to the owner's discard pile, limit once per round per player. And if there are at least 5 cards in the collection or this stage is complete, the players lose. And it's going to start with 4 threat. And, alright, so let's just hop into it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to do it as a hero action. Alright, so what do we want to keep? So we have Pim Particle here. After you spend this, heal 2 damage if you're in giant form, or draw a card if you're in tiny form. I like that. We've got a lot of allies. Only play if you're in tiny form. Remove 2 threat from a scheme, additional for each ant army you have in play. Which we could just kind of knock out that threat there. We can flip the tiny form and do that. I think everything else I'm going to wait on. Yeah, we're going to wait on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we have. Let's go ahead and flip the tiny form. And when we do, we can remove a threat from a scheme. We're going to go ahead and discard Pim Particles and Falcon for Hive Mind. So it says remove 2 threat from a scheme, remove 1 additional threat from the scheme for each army of ants support you control, which I don't have any. And then because Pim Particle, it gives us, after you spend this, heal 2 damage from your hero if you're in giant form, or draw a card if you're in tiny form. So we're going to move 2 threat and draw a card. We're going to play Resize, which is change to your other hero form, draw a card. After you change this form, deal damage to an enemy. We're going to attack for 3. And then, while I'm at it, I'll discard 2 cards. Spend 2 resources of any type to put this in our discard pile. Alright, we're going to keep Wasp, and we're going to draw up to... Oh, our hand size is 4 when we're large. So we're going to draw up. Alright, we're going to add Threat here. He's going to attack us for 1, 2, 3. We're going to take the hit for 9. Encounter card. Servant Bot has Guard and Patrol, which is fine. Alright, nothing else. Yeah. There's a lot going on here for that deck. Okay. Ooh, team building seems interesting. Also, giant strength. After you change to giant form, you get +1 technically on the turn. I like that. Oh, I need to undo that. Okay, so let's take out the Servant Bot. He's going to go here. And then we're going to discard 2 resources to put him in the discard pile. And then discard 1 card for giant strength. So after you change to giant form, you get +1 attack until the end of the turn. And we are gonna. Do we want to flip down to Ant-Man this side, and we'll remove a threat? We're gonna end the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This might just be Ant-Man doing stuff. Okay. We're gonna add a threat. He's gonna hit for 1, 2, 3. We're gonna take that hit, so we're at 6. We're gonna play an encounter card, and it's gonna be Bandarian Power Wand attached to the enemy with the lowest scheme. He gets an additional counter card, is gonna come and play, and then spend 3 yellow resource to discard this card. Ugh. Okay. So, what do we want to do here? We're not even going to do anything with these hero cards. We're going to change to giant form. We're going to ping him for damage. And then we get +1 attack until the end of the turn. We're going to discard Pim Particle, Goliath, and Avengers Assembled for Giant Stomp. It's deal 1 damage to each minion, deal 8 damage to an enemy. So we're going to do 8 damage to Collector. And then because we used Pim Particle while we were big, we're going to heal 2 damage. It's heal 2, right? Let me double check that. Yeah, and we're going to do 8 damage. It's going to knock him out. We're going to come in on the stage 2, which is a 3/2. When revealed in player order, each player must choose a card, either put the top card of their deck into the collector pile or take 3 damage. And then the same thing when a card would be placed in the discard pile from play, put it in the collector's face-up collection instead. Do I want to take the damage or put the top card into the discard pile? I'll put the top card there. And then he comes in with 14 health, but I'm going to swing for 4 because of this, so he's actually down to 10. We're going to speed run collector. I'm going to keep this, and we're going to draw up. Okay, we're going to add threat. He's going to swing for 2, 3. We're going to get 2 encounter cards. First one is an inconspicuous box. Put the lowest card you control okay, into the collection. That's done. That's annoying. And then we have Psionic Ghost. When revealed, you are confused. If you're already confused, take a damage. Okay. So if you're giant, exhaust this to spend 2 to stun an enemy. After you change to giant, I like Ant-Man's helmet. Let's spend these 2 for Ant-Man's helmet. After you change to tiny form, draw a card. After you change to giant form, heal 2 damage. We're going to attack him for 3 here. We're going to change to tiny form. We're going to remove a threat for changing, and we're going to draw a card. Let's discard Avengers Assemble for Risk Gauntlets. As a hero action, if you're a giant, you can spend 2 fists to stun an enemy, and if you're tiny, you can spend 2 yellow to confuse an enemy. We're going to end our turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we're going to have threat. He's going to swing for 2. We're going to take that hit. We're down to 3. He's going to attack. We're going to take it. He's going to attack, and we're going to block. That was kind of rough. This just like really went poorly very quickly. And then encounter card and encounter card. First encounter card is going to be Philosopher's Stone. The player who defeated this draws 2 cards, but it's 3. The villain gets an additional boost icon. And then we've got this, which is the villain attacks you. Great. I'm dead. Okay. Let's run it back. Okay. That was rough. I really thought we were going to win that game. Okay, so let's start off. We're going to put that in the thing, and then we'll draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, what do we got here? We've got Quinjet. Put an Avenger ally from your hand into play with permanent cost equal to or less than the number of times Quinn counters. Oh, I like this. We've got team building. We've got Avengers Tower. I mean, you can kind of see that the idea is to get these Quinjets out and just spam out allies. But allies leaving play are going to add to the things, which is not something we really want to deal with ideally. But we'll keep this and we'll discard. Oh, that's when that discards, it'll go out too. I'm going to discard everything else though. Okay. So first off, let's go ahead and let's flip to tiny form. We're going to remove a threat. We want to thwart. Let's discard Avengers Assemble for Quinjet. So after your turn begins, place 1 time counter on Quinjet. Put an Avenger ally from your hand into play with printed cost equal to or less than the number of time counters on Quinjet, then discard Quinjet. So after your turn begins, let's thwart, then let's do resize. So we're going to change to our other hero form. He's going to do ping a damage. And we're going to draw a card. I could just flip back and forth, which is kind of fun. Actually, let's do resize again. Remove that threat, draw a card. And there's another Quinjet, which is interesting. Let's discard Giant Man for the other Quinjet. I will discard energy to get rid of this with my hero action to remove from the collection, and we're going to end our turn. We're going to keep Stinger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. Okay. Oh, there's Helmet. Army Advance. Okay, nice. Okay, we can do some stuff here. And he comes in with a tough. Okay. We're going to add that. He's going to hit us for 1. Just 1. Encounter card. Servant Bot. He's got Guard and Patrol. So we got to deal with him before we can deal with anything else. Okay. So 1 counter is going to go on here. I need both of these. Alright. We've got to be a little strategic about this. Let's flip to our big side. That's going to deal 1 damage to an enemy. It's not an attack, so we're not attacking. We're going to attack to knock that out. Let's discard War Machine for Army of Ants. I should have did that earlier. Exhaust Army Ants, deal 1 damage to an enemy, but that's fine. We will discard 2 cards to put Servant Bot back into the discard pile there. I'm going to end my turn. We're going to keep Helmet. Oh, Giant Stop. Nice. Okay. Add threat. He's going to hit us for 1, 2, 3. We're going to be at 8. And then we are going to flip this over. Sign a Ghost. When revealed, you are confused. Which I don't really appreciate. Alright, our turn. We're going to flip those. I want the helmet. I hate that these are... I have to get rid of Giant Stomps. We're going to do it. We're going to discard this for Ant-Man's helmet. So after you change these forms, do those things. Oh, I'm confused. We're going to swing for 3 on him. We're going to flip the tiny form. We're going to draw a card for flipping the tiny form, and then we're going to exhaust this to deal 1 damage to an enemy. And I will keep team building. Keep and draw up. I can't really block because stuff's going to get thrown out, which we don't really want. He's going to hit for 1. I can't block with an ally. Deal 1 damage to each character you control. So I'm going to take 1, 2 damage, basically. Encounter card. Servant Bot. Okay. Oh yeah, this comes off and this comes off. Alright. We're going to probably flip the heal. Let's discard Pin Particles for Army of Ants. So another one of these comes into play. We get to draw a card because we're in tiny form. Let's discard Genius for Hive Mind. So only play if you're in tiny form. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. Remove 1 additional threat from that scheme for each army of ants you control. So we're going to remove all that threat. Oh, this goes up here and here. We are going to exhaust both of these to deal damage to an enemy. I am going to put an Avengers ally into play and discard Quinjet. It's going to go into the collection. We're going to put Wasp into play. After Wasp enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy if you're in giant form, and or remove 2 threat from a scheme if you're in tiny form. I didn't play that correctly at all. Hold on, let me do a mulligan, because I didn't even read her card. Let me do a mulligan real quick. Anyway, if that's the case, I'm going to actually ping him for 1 and ping him for 1. Then we're going to flip to big form. Ping him for another 1. And then do that to bring this in. Now, after you change to this, heal 2 damage. To bring that in, and then do 2 damage to an enemy. And then I'm going to exhaust Giant Man to put Quinjet back in our discard pile. And then I'm going to have Wasp hit for 2. Okay, hopefully I did all that right. That was a lot of stuff going on there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Threat. I'm going to swing for 1. We're going to take the hit. So 1, 2. Encounter card. Crystal Ball. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme plays a card from their hand, reducing its cost by 3. Which shouldn't be too bad. Okay. We're going to flip this over. Let's play Pim Particles for Risk Gauntlets. We're going to heal 2 damage because we're in giant form. Let's Thwart to get rid of that. We'll spend these 2 resources to do this effect to put this in here. We'll flip down to remove that threat. I'll exhaust the Tiny Ants, do 2 damage. Swing for 1. No, I already did that, never mind. Swing for 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at 3. Okay. Oh, and after you change Tiny Form, draw a card. Squirrel Girl. I'm going to keep Squirrel Girl. Alright. That's going to go up by 2. He's going to hit for 1. We're going to take the hit. So 1, 2, 3. We're at 5. Encounter card. Inconspicuous box. When revealed, put the lowest cost card you control face up into the collection. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get Risk Gauntlets in there. Okay. Targo. Let's spam that. Hit him down to 1. Oh, this goes up to 5. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to do Quinjet and put out Falcon. After Falcon enters play, look at the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. For each treachery you looked at this way, remove 1 threat from the scheme. So he's going to come in. We're going to look at the top 3 cards here. We've got 1 treachery. So we're going to move that from a scheme. We are going to exhaust Ant-Man to put this back in here. Well, Collector Stage 2 is put a card. Okay. Trying to think of like what the best option here is. Let's exhaust him. We'll thwart this out. So this goes away. The next card that we play is going to reduce its cost by 3, which will get out Quinn Carrier. So we can exhaust it to generate a wild resource. Let's exhaust Quinn Carrier for Quinjet. And then let's change to giant form. We're going to deal 1 damage to him. We're going to heal 2 from the hero response. Let's do that. Let's do that. So we're going to heal 2 to go to 7. We're going to deal 1 damage to him. Collector 2 is going to come back, or Collector stage 2 is going to come back in. In each play order, you must choose to either put the top card of your deck into the collection pile or take 3 damage. We're going to take 3 damage. I'm going to end my turn because I really don't want to add anything there yet. Okay. Okay, we're going to add threat. He's going to swing for 2. We're going to block with Wasp. But Wasp is gone. He's going to swing for 2. I'm going to defend it. So we don't take any damage. We have an encounter card. Star Shark, Quick Strike. His attacks. Okay. He's going to do 3 damage to us. Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay, Argo. We're going to add 1 to Quinn. That is the least ideal situation that I could have had right now. We're going to have to flip down, but I just have too many things here that are causing me problems. Because I change form, I can ping an enemy with damage. I need to be down like small. Like or a human. I need to be human. And I also need to get one of those back. So let's exhaust Quinn Carrier and discard Giant Strength for Squirrel Girl. She's going to come in and deal 1 damage to each enemy. Oh, he's 13 health now. 13, 1, and 1. We are going to discard these 2 to put this back into our discard pile. We're going to flip down to Scott Lang. We're going to heal a damage for flipping to this form. Squirrel Girl and Falcon are going to take out Psionic Ghosts. We're going to end the turn. 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. Did I just make a mistake? Did I just make a mistake? I knew this was going to be hard. I mean, I knew it was going to be hard. Six. Okay. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So we're going to add that there. He's in the scheme for 3, 4. Oh gosh. And he's in a scheme for 1. Please don't. Please. Oh, okay. Please don't be in advance. Please don't be in advance. Please don't be in advance. Assault against Surge. Please don't be in advance. Attach to the enemy at the highest scheme. Oh gosh. As a hero action, place 2 threat on the main scheme and spend 2 resources to discard this card. Caught off guard. Discard an upgrade to support you control. Oh dear. Oh dear. We'll get rid of Quinn. So this has 4 cards in it. Oh man. Okay. We've got to do some stuff here. We've got to figure some stuff out. So we're gonna change. We're gonna heal to 5. Back up to 5. We're going to change to Tiny Form, which is going to let us take a threat off of here and draw a card. We're going to spend Quinn Carrier and Quinn Jet, to put Quinn Jet back in our discard pile. Oh my gosh. Ooh, this is rough. This is really, really tough right now. Let's discard Avengers Tower for another Army of Ants. We're going to do 3 Army of Ants to deal 3 damage. I think that's what I want to do. Oh man, this is tough here. Because I can't really do anything with them. They're going to go to here. If I attack with either of them, that's going to put that there. I don't think I can win this game. I don't know that there's a way to win this. Aside from... So I'll get Stinger out so she can take some of the burden here. She doesn't count towards my ally limit. This is tough. This is real tough. Okay, so let's think about this. I can place 2 threat... Oh, no. The game all over. Never mind. So he'll swing for 2, 3, whatever. We'll block with Ant-Man. He will attack for 3, and we can distribute it amongst our heroes. So I can give 1 to her and give the rest... I can figure it out, and maybe I can give 1 to him and then put somebody else. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. So I'm going to hold on. I'm going to discard Giant Strength, but hold on to Strength. Okay. We're going to threat to the main scheme. He's going to attack for 2, 3. We're going to defend with Ant-Man. So he's going to hit for 3, 4. We're going to take 2 of the damage, 3. He's going to attack. We're going to give 1 of the damage because it's indirect to Stinger and give the other 2 damage to Scott. Okay, we're going to flip over an encounter card. Oh, man. Care for Cassie. You may flip the Alter Ego, exhaust to remove this from the game, or choose and discard 1 card from your hand. You cannot change form until the end of the next turn. Discard this obligation. We'll discard a card from... That's not really what I wanted to happen. You cannot change form until the your next turn ends. Golly, that is not what I wanted to happen. We'll discard Giant Man. That's okay. Okay. So... we are going to need to do some stuff here to help mitigate some of these problems. I can't change form with anything. I could get Goliath in play. So let's Army of Ants. We'll take out Star Shark. The problem is that the Menagerie is about to get full. Not the Menagerie, the collection. Let's spend 2 resources. Discard a card from the collection here, so that gets discarded. See, if he attacks and we defend it and we loot, we're going to die. So we have to block. It's going to put something in there. But if I thwart with something... If I thwart with something, it's going to kill that, and we don't win the game. I don't think there's a way we can win this game. Because really, I'd like to get somebody else out to block some stuff. Like, Goliath could block. Or we could do some thwarting with Goliath. And I can't change... I don't think I can win this game. Because there are 3 cards in here now. Wait a minute. Is there a way to redo... I did Strength to put something back. Hold on, let me think about this again. Let me think about this one more. Let me kind of just do a little bit of a backup here for a moment. If I get Goliath out and take out Star Shark, puts us at 4, but I don't have the resources to bring somebody back. Goliath gets +4 attack at the end of the phase. At the end of the phase, discard Goliath. Oh, heck no, I can't do that. Captain Marvel. After Captain Marvel ends its play, discard top 4 cards of your deck. If you discarded lightning resource, deal 3 damage to an enemy. If you discarded more than 1 printed lightning resource, also stun that enemy. Okay, hold on. This may be clutch. But I would have to spend everything I have. Quinn, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get out Captain Marvel. We ping all this stuff off. And then I thwart. Okay, this is it. This is what we're going to do. Hopefully this all works. So we're going to discard everything for Captain Marvel and exhaust Quinn. So that's 5 resources. She comes in. After Captain Marvel enters play, discard the top 4 cards of your deck. If you discarded a printed yellow resource, deal 3 damage to an enemy. If you discarded more than 1 printed yellow resource, also stun that enemy. So I have to be very lucky here. And I can play 4 because she doesn't count towards it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh. Yellow? No! Deal 3 damage to an enemy. We're going to do 3 damage to him. He's gone. Or do I split up his attack? We'll do 3 damage to Collector. Actually, hold on. This might be it. Hold on. We'll do 3 damage to Collector. I can Army Advance Collector to 7. I can hit for 3, 4, 5. No. If I hit for 3, 4, 5, and then something else is not enough, because otherwise we would win. I'm going to have to thwart 2. Then maybe I don't hit Collector and hit this and just throw it in the discard pile. Yeah. And just hope that we'll put him back to 10. I Army Advanced him. And just hope that whatever I do this next turn is enough not to die. Okay, if we can survive this, we'll win the game. We can survive this, we'll win the game. We're gonna add threat. He's gonna attack for 2, 3. Oh crap! I didn't plan this out very well. We're gonna block with Captain Marvel. So if he doesn't do any, she's dead anyway. I think we lost anyway. Gosh darn it. So let me, okay, I'm going to mulligan again, sorry. We're going to do that and leave him out with the attack. Because I can't afford to, to take all that damage. Oh, but it doesn't matter because everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do. My hope was to get that stun and it didn't happen. So we block with Captain Marvel. He's going to do 3. Just 3. She's in here. He's going to attack for 3, and it doesn't matter how we spread it. The collection gets full. Oh, darn it. Well, you kind of saw an idea how this worked, and it would have worked if it was against anybody other than Collector, but because the collection gets full from it, you know, it is what it is. Had we had another turn, though, because we had an encounter card, which would have been Collector attacks you for +1. Oh, gosh. Add the next card. Yeah, I don't think we would have. If we had survived this round, we could have flipped to big size, did damage to him, and then giant stomped him for 8 damage. I mean, we would have figured out, and we could have swung for 3, and we would have won. So if we just had another turn and not died, we would have won. But you know, it is what it is. That's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys next one. Bye bye.